I just finished up some kefir and some honey to fuel this run. Today we are up for a tempo threshold run. That means we're going to be doing a mile warm up into a very high heart rate 4 mile, into a nice light jog, into a very high heart rate 1 mile. Then we are walking for I believe 2 minutes. And then we are doing a quarter mile, then walking for a minute and a half 4 times. And then we're doing 1 mile cooldown. They're all at very high heart rates. It's to get me to release lactic acid and recover in my ability to go through hard effort, to challenge my body to recover from runs and to be able to maintain throughout a hard effort. This is going to be a very challenging run today. My watch said to take a rest day. We're not taking a rest day. We're going to go out there, we're going to run, come back, and lift. That's the complete opposite of a rest day. It's got to get done. Now, this morning I weighed in at 140.4, new light weigh in for a very long time. I want to say I was weighing 142 strictly from how many carbs I was having, so a lot of water. Now I'm weighing 140.6. It's lower than last time I weighed in. I was 140.8. And when I first started the animal base, I was 140.4. So I'm still up 2.2 pounds, which goes to show that just because you're running doesn't mean you're losing weight. You need to be in a caloric deficit no matter what diet you're following. I started this diet and I felt super hungry because I believe my body needed the nutrients. It was very malnourished. So now that I started eating whole foods, now don't get me wrong, my diet was absolute garbage. I have practiced eating a lot of red meat every single day for a while. I believe it's one of the richest sources of foods, but I was cutting back slowly on it. I was noticing I was only eating maybe a pound, half a pound at times a day, eating a ton of processed foods through like bread, prepared meals by my chef, probably seed oils and such, starchy carbs. So now that I cut back on that, I'm getting nothing but nutritious food. My body just kept wanting more and more and more, especially because I definitely still have a damaged gut at this moment. And when I started consuming kefir, my body really craved it. So I did gain some weight to start. I do believe most of it was water because I've never consumed this many carbs. Now that I'm pulling back from the carbs, it seems like I'm leveling out on my body weight again, which is very nice because on these runs, I'm trying to be a little bit lighter every time. I almost forgot to mention too, I did have one banana. I have two more very ripe bananas, and I also have berries that I got to get my hands into. So when I come back, I'll probably snack on the berries and put off the bananas in for the meantime because I don't want berries to go bad. I'd be fine with the bananas kind of ripening more, but not with the berries going bad. That's the plan. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna get this threshold run done as much as it can be dreadful because it is a very tough run, especially with the heart rate monitor on my chest this time. Last week I did it without it. This time I'm gonna have it on, so it's gonna be a lot more accurate in those higher heart rates, which is very ideal. I do look forward to that. This is where the work is done. If you practice for long distance or even a sprinter, I believe they do tempo thresholds too. This is where the true workout is because it's where you actually put a lot of effort, you get your heart rate up, and then you really need to recover. Like after today, I go down on my mileages, I go down to 6 miles, 5 miles, and then I do my long distance. So you can see how it's kind of built where I have a balanced run, 10 or 7-7 threshold, uh, which is today, and then the kind of cutoff there into a higher effort long distance run. It is still at easy pace. This is the only time of the week I get my heart rate up during a run because recovery would suffer if I did it in my other runs. Maintain easy runs throughout the week. Have one day where you really elevate your heart rate, really get your threshold up, get the lactic acid going. That way you're not overtraining, which I probably am to an extent because I've increased my volume a lot in a very short period of time. But I'm here and I don't feel miserable. So we're going to get it done. I'm not going to let a watch tell me I can't perform. That'd be insane. Let's get this. Today's a pavement kind of day. For a second, I was on the dirt. Had to run back around. I realized something didn't seem right, so came over to this side, trying to get my heart rate up on a warm-up mile right now. And then the real work begins. Warm-up mile's over. Showtime. I will say I've done a little bit so far, and it already feels a lot easier than last week. On to recovery jog, something light. Halfway through thresholds of quarter miles. I kind of just want it to end, man. Want it to end. Starting again here in 15 seconds. I got 2 more laps. Easy mile back home. Then I get to eat. Oh man, I can't wait to eat. Thresholds are complete. Next up is a mile back home. Nice cool down. Oh, the lighting is nice. It is really cloudy out, so I don't know if that helped me or if it's the chest monitor that helped me, because I did notice I wasn't having crazy fluctuations throughout my run, so that was nice. 44 more seconds of walking, then I'm headed back home. I'll catch up with you when I'm back home. Made it back from the run. Overall, the run felt really good. I felt great. Yeah, nothing much to say about it. For a threshold run, okay, here's a few demons that came up in mind, right? Demon number 1. Actually, let's do a little mukbang. I'm gonna take you up with me. We're gonna grab some fruit and discuss it. All right. Not gonna lie, when I got home, I ate some dates. Am I gonna need another one? Yes. I was at 2. I'm gonna eat 3. You know, these have to be an absolute trigger food. Like, I swear. How do you have these at home and not eat them? Like, you just grab them and eat them. And they're so gosh darn good. Dates are evil. I don't know if I can get them again. What I also think is evil is this. It is called a sapote. Look at it. Sapote, right here. Turn up the iOS so you can really see it. Check that out. It looks like a coconut kind of, right? Now the reason I show you this, because this thing here, kind of liquidy sounds. This thing here is 700 calories. I don't know if you understood that. This has 700 calories. Dude, I can fit this in the palm of my hand. Well, not technically in the palm of my hand, but I can fit this in a handful. That is insane. We're gonna cut into this. My mother brought this for me. It is a Central or South American and Mexican style fruit that clearly I can't get into. I might have to sharpen my knife here. There we go. So last time I had it, it reminded me of like a sweet potato, pumpkin-like thing, but it wasn't ripe enough, I guess, because she said the whole thing is meant to be sweet and only a little bit was sweet. But now that it's open, yeah, it tastes like a pumpkin, like a very sweet pumpkin. Of course, I'm gonna eat this whole thing because I'm not gonna let this go to waste. So I'm gonna take out the seed here. There's another seed on this side. This thing is so rich that it has 2 seeds. Look at that. So this is one of the 2 seeds that are in it. This is the inside. Small, right? How does this have so many calories? Who knows? It is very sweet though. Probably as sweet as the dates. Now, how am I supposed to eat it? I don't really know. But I'm gonna cut it into slices as so. Eat them like if it were to be a wedge. Like that. 600 calories. 700 calories. I'm underestimating it. Man, is that good though. That is really good. It's called a sapote. That's a pretty good fruit. Yeah, wow. Right, so the demons. One that came up was limiting beliefs, right? And I feel like we all, of course, have them. We're very emotional beings, right? Very emotional beings, run on emotions. And I've noticed that the first time you try anything, you're very fearful of failing. I'm noticing it especially when I relate it to even running or even like looking back to the gym even. When you start, that is the hardest part by far. You're so fearful of starting because you feel like you're doing everything wrong. You feel like you're not gonna make it. Right? Like you can't help but feel like you're gonna fail. That is, I believe, what holds anyone back from anything. And it relates to my running. The first time I ran, I honestly don't like eating in front of a camera. I don't know how mukbangers do this. So, the first time I ran a threshold training, I was very worried that I wouldn't be able to do it. I was like, I don't know if I'm trained enough to like be doing this. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for a threshold training. Maybe I'm getting over my head. Even when increasing miles, when I started with 3 miles. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start with 3 miles because I feel like that's like borderline mileage for a distance runner. So I did 3 miles and I just kept hesitating on running more. It wasn't until I picked up the camera and was like, I'm going to apply myself for a marathon. Therefore, I need to run longer distances. And that's what got me to start running more than 3 miles. Yeah, relating to today, the threshold trainings, when I first started doing them, I wasn't sure if I could do it. Today was a totally different mental state. I went in and I was like, look, I've done it before. Why wouldn't I be able to do it today? It just went so smooth. I felt great. I didn't feel strong. I felt normal, but I also didn't feel miserable. Like last time when I started doing the high heart rate stuff, I felt like quitting. Like I was like, there's no way I'm able to do this. Like I don't think I can do this for 4 miles, maintaining my first mile was 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Like that's a really fast mile. On top of that, I did 3 more afterward. So like mentally, I'm thinking there's no way I can run an 8-mile-minute pace for 4 miles. That's what I was thinking last week. This week, it was completely different. I was like, look, I did it last time. I'm going to do it again. I don't see what's going to stop me, right? Like I've already done it. So please, if you're considering any sort of habit, know that starting is the hardest part by far because you feel like you're going to fail. You are. And if you fail, then so be it. Oh well, you failed. You get up, lace your shoes, try again next week. You can't be scared of fear or else you're never going to attempt new things. And that relates to literally everything. Even going to the gym. If you're intimidated by everybody else or you feel like you're being judged, so be it. Go again next week. Nobody actually cares as much as you do. And every time I'm out there running, people don't think twice about what I'm doing. Maybe they're like, whoa, that guy's running a lot because they see me going back and forth at the same park. But yeah, maybe even the first time they see me, they're like, oh, he's going at a slow pace. Like he's slow. Who knows? Does it matter? No, because every single week I'm getting so much better. It's ridiculous how much you can progress in running. Like I swear there's newbie gains in gym lifting. Like you will put on a lot of muscle right away. And there's newbie gains in running. Like you will improve your cardiovascular health drastically just from starting to run 2 months, 3 months. I'm on month 2. I'd say I'd have another month to like really progress at a rapid rate. And then I have my marathon. I don't enjoy eating in front of camera, so I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this. I'll leave you with that for the yapping of the video. This is a lot of calories. This already puts me at, with my dinner, with my beef, and the dates I've eaten, which I just ate another one. Make that 3. So with the dates I've eaten, the banana this morning, my usual kefir and honey, this 700 calorie fruit, and my beef later 1,500, that puts me at 2,700 calories. I told myself, look, you're gonna stay in a deficit, you're gonna lose weight. This is different. I'm not gonna let this go to waste. I'm gonna enjoy this fruit. It's delicious. Why would I let it go bad? I'm gonna eat it, and that's probably where I'll leave it for the day. 2,716 calories. I'm gonna eat this fruit and then go to the gym, come back home, and make my beef for the day, my protein, my main source. I'm still honestly blown away that this is 700 calories. That is insane. I'm already foreshadowing having to eat a lot of fruit. Like, I highly doubt I'm gonna be in the deficit I wanted to, because I'm not gonna just let fruit go bad. I have a ton of fruit, and I feel like it's gonna all go ripe around the same time at this point. Like papayas are already really close to ripe. The kiwis, I'm sure in a day, if not 2, will be really ripe. The bananas are really ripe. My berries, I'm worried, are gonna go bad, so I'm probably still gonna eat those today. But I'm not gonna lie, that sapote, that fruit I ate, very satiating, very filling, and it makes sense that it's 700 calories, because after eating it, I was like, I'm pretty full. And I went to the gym, I hit a back workout, got my bicep pump going on, I gotta make sure, keep them high. I got a little back pump going on. Whew, I gotta fix up some beef. I did get a package I wanna show you. It's a big old box. I got Force of Nature. Got a big box of it because my mother's birthday is coming up, and I actually picked out a bunch of meats for us to have a grill out. So I'm gonna show you what I picked out. I picked out a little bit of everything. I don't think we'll eat all of the meats because it's just a lot of meat. But I think we will eat quite a bit. They're almost all different cuts of meat. Oh gosh, I just realized the mic was messed up. Hopefully you picked that up. I got a ribeye here, and honestly, wow, for a 100% grass-fed ribeye, that's some really good marbling, I cannot lie. Look at that beautiful red color. That's how you know cows ate what they're meant to eat. They're naturally meant to have that dark iron look. But that's a great cut of ribeye. Like, you have a great spinalis there, great eye, like that, and nice fat caps. That's really nice. That's a great cut. I have a tomahawk, a venison tomahawk. Look how funny this looks. Absolutely no fat to it. That is extremely lean, but it'd be cool to try, so I got it. I got some venison beef sausage. I'm very curious about this one. Venison and beef sausage. Got a couple sausages to eat with our meats to give some variety. Picanhas, I'm very excited about picanhas. So as soon as I saw they had picanhas, it looks like they're stacked here. The fat cap isn't all too spectacular, I'm not gonna lie. I wish there was a little bit more there, but it looks like they're stacked. This one honestly doesn't seem to have that crazy fat cap either. I am a big fan of picanha. If you have not had picanha, it's the prime part of the sirloin. It's like, it sits on the top part of the big bulge of sirloin and has a nice fat cap. So you can traditionally like pan sear the fat cap and then sear your steak in the fat of the steak itself. I got inside skirt steak. This one I'm super excited for. You can't really quite tell, but there's lots of connective tissue there. Great source of collagen coming from this inside skirt, and it should be an outside skirt as well. Looks like this is it. Oh no, so this is bison tongue. So bison tongue makes for good tacos. We're probably gonna use this on a taco night. That's gonna be nice, good treat. There's no weigh-in for this one, but that's gonna make some good tacos. I thought it'd be a lot more, not gonna lie. I must have misread it. Outside skirt steak. A lot smaller than the inside by the looks of it. This one has a lot more connective tissue that I can see off my peripheral vision there, my bird's eye view. Got another venison tomahawk. This one doesn't look as appealing as the other one. I got some wild boar beef sausage. Thing about wild boar, I believe they're still fed a grain. Oh, these are 100% grass-fed beef, but it's not. It's 100% wild caught wild boar, but I doubt they're not fed grass their entire life because they tend to eat other bugs and such. So these ones are pretty cool. I got New York strip. I mean, that's a great fat cap for a New York strip, especially it being grass-fed, nice red color. Not that big of a fan of New York strips. I feel like they're mediocre. It's like wanting a filet. This is a tenderloin right here, filet mignon. It's like wanting a filet because this is so tender, the mouthfeel is amazing, but it lacks flavor in my opinion. This still has more flavor, but it's not as tender. But then if you're looking for flavor, you may as well get a ribeye. So it's like, this falls in between either wanting great mouthfeel, spectacular mouthfeel, but lacking flavor, or having spectacular flavor, but a little bit tougher. The New York strip is like right in between, but like it's like, pick a side in all honesty, because I'd rather have some really nice flavor. That's just me personally. I'd rather have a ribeye. Got some bison and beef breakfast sausage. I don't remember putting this in my order. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm here for it. It looks like that is it. So that does it for my beef haul here. Overall, a great haul. Very excited. I believe there's still some more to come. But I mean, this is already more than enough. I'm gonna throw this in my freezer and take these out a day before to let thaw. Let my parents have a taste a little bit of everything. I'm excited. This is so many amazing cuts of meat. That's my haul from Force of Nature. If you want really good quality, consider their items. I gotta say, being in a deficit is pretty damn miserable. Holy crap. Well, day's over. I'm thinking these past couple days, the deficit I've been in, and how it feels. It's like, it's crazy that you have to do this for a prolonged amount of time and stay disciplined. If anything, like, this has to be one of the hardest arts of discipline. Like, props to bodybuilders for going through this suffering, because it is a mental struggle to just say no all day long to the idea of fueling your body when it feels like it needs fuel. It's insane. This is tough. So I ended the day with higher calories than I'm supposed to for the deficit. So it goes to even show how my head today is still like a little bit of a little pound going on. I feel a little bit of a headache. Nonetheless, I still ate 2,760 calories. That's still quite a bit of calories. My maintenance is about 3,000, so I'm still in a deficit of 250, which is great. Managed to stay somewhat in a deficit. I had 1,000 calories in fruits and honey. That sapote was 700 calories. That blows my mind. Insane. A cup of dairy coming to 160, and 1,500 from beef. That wraps up today for calories. I had a total of 148 in protein, 292 in carbs, and 121 in fat. Great macros. I'll take those indefinitely. As for steps, I believe I'm at like 27,000. Let's see. Yeah, 27,784. I'm going to call it there. I mean, I had a great workout. I had a great run. I feel lighter. I feel good. It's just at the end of the day, I am mentally tired. Most importantly, mentally tired. I feel like I can physically keep going on, but mentally, like, it's probably part hydration, like I'm dehydrated, and part I like the idea of eating calories. Like, dates are such a bad trigger food to have just right there. I didn't realize buying them just how easy it would be to just grab one. The idea of eating one doesn't sound all that pleasant because they are quite sweet. I'd rather drink water right now. So if anything, I'm dehydrated. Um, it's usually how it goes though, because if I drink any water, I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night. I'd rather just sleep through. I feel like I did enough yapping in this video, so I'm not gonna yap tonight. I'm gonna head to bed. Good night, and I'll see you in the next video.